Okay, we'll get started. So for anyone who just joined us, we're going to focus on the 12 rivers today. So many of you are familiar with these exercises, so it'll be a nice basic session. And we'll look at the details of one or two of the exercises at the end. We're going to start just by starting our session going through a full set of the exercises. If you're not too familiar with these, just follow along the best that you can. And yeah, we will look at some details towards the end. So we'll start, put your feet shoulder width apart. Relax your body. You can give yourself a shake if you want. Loosen up, get yourself comfortable. We'll bring our hands together and we're going to rotate through some of the main joints of our body, get everything moving freely, lubricate the joints before we move into some of our other exercises. We'll change directions with our wrists, going the other way. Moving your arms out to the sides, rotating from the elbow. We'll go the other way. Okay, we're going to rotate from the shoulder. You can keep facing forwards. I don't have enough room for that, so I'm going to turn side on. So making large circles, lifting your hand up in front, and then down behind. I will repeat again what I've said the last few sessions when we've done this. It's helpful to think of this as not just being the shoulder that's rotating, but that you're opening up right down through your side, through your back with each of these circles. And change direction, circling forward, so coming up behind, down in front. Okay, changing sides, so your other arm, circling up in front, down behind, opening right up through the side of your body. Other way. Okay, hands on your waist, and we're going to circle from our hips. So big, wide circles, opening up the hips and the waist. Change directions, going the other way. Putting your feet together, bending your knees, making circles at your knees. Change direction. Okay, ankles. So putting your ball of the foot on the ground, making circles from your ankle. Change direction. Other ankle. And the other way. Neck, tilting your head forwards and back, forwards and back, forwards and back, tilting to one side and the other side, one side and the other side, one side and the other side. Bring your head back up to the middle. Lower your hands, let your arms nice and loose, and we're just going to swing side to side, letting your arms swing, loosening through your whole body and particularly right through your whole spine. Just a few more. And coming back to the middle. Okay, so put your feet shoulder width apart, just comfortably shoulder width apart, and sink down, settle down into your posture. So we're not forcing our knees to bend, we're just sitting down. Keep your back upright and long. Have your shoulders open, so you don't want them held tight against your body. You also don't want them too far out. Just nice and open, so there's some looseness under each armpit, hanging at your sides, neck long. You can tuck your chin just slightly, which helps to lengthen your neck. We're going to take a few moments just to settle and tune into our body, tune into our energy. So send your attention and be aware of your feet, of your toes. Feel your connection with the earth underneath your feet. Be aware of your ankles, of your lower legs, of your knees. You can feel free to shift and move to line things up into a more comfortable position if you need to. Be aware of your thighs, your pelvis, your lower back, your abdomen, your ribs, your chest, your shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your hands, your fingers. Be aware of your neck, your head, your face, your ears, your nose, your chin, your lips. See if you can be aware of your whole body all at the same time. Feel the sensations of your body. Also tune into your breath. Feel the movement of your breath through your body. Make your breathing a bit deeper, a bit fuller. Feel your whole body expand And rise just a little as you breathe in. Feel your whole body contract and sink just a little as you breathe out. Deep, full, relaxed breath. See also if you can get a sense of the energy in your body. So not just the body itself, not just the movement of the breath, but the energy that moves and circulates because of the activity of your body. Deep, relaxed breaths. As we move into the exercises, we're going to be breathing and we're going to be stretching and moving our body. But the result of this, we're also going to be stimulating and moving the energy within our body. So we're going to start with the stomach today. So step your feet together. Breathe in, circling your hands, bringing them one on top of the other. Breathe out, press your hands apart, look up and raise up onto the balls of your feet if you're able to. Breathe in, circle your hands, bringing them together in front of your solar plexus, in front of your stomach. Breathe out, press the hands apart, raise onto the balls of your feet, look up. Breathe in, circle. Breathe out, press apart, look up if you're able to. Breathe in, circle. If you're not comfortable coming onto the balls of your feet, you can leave your feet just down on the ground. That's totally fine. Breathe out, press your hands apart, come onto the balls of your feet, look up. Breathe in, circle. Breathe out, press apart. Breathe in, circle. Breathe out. Breathe in, circle. Breathe out. Breathe in, circle. Breathe out. Breathe in, circle. Lowering your hands, stepping your feet back out wider to shoulder width apart, or maybe even a little bit wider. Breathe in, opening your arms up to the sides. Breathe out, turn through, swing the opposite arm forwards. Breathe in, back to the middle. Breathe out, swing through, opposite arm comes forward. Breathe in, back to the middle. Breathe out, swing through, opposite arm. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Breathe into the middle. Breathe out, lowering your arms. Sink into a horse stance. You don't have to go too deep, at least a little bit of a horse stance. The heart, breathe in, pulling your fists back. Breathe out, elbows come up, elbows back, elbows forwards and out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Elbows come up, elbows come back, elbows come forward, and we open out with the palms of the hands down. Breathe in and out. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Our fist comes to the center of our chest, extending forwards. We lower the fist, keeping the elbow forwards, circles through. Opening out, we open our hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So the hand lowers, then comes up close to the body, rolls through, and open. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last one each side. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Lower your hands. Breathe out. Stepping your feet a little closer together, a narrow shoulder width or a hip width apart. The bladder. Breathe in. Keep your legs straight, back straight, arms straight as you reach forwards. Clasp your hands together so the palms press. Breathe out. Stand up, bringing your arms up to shoulder height. Breathe in. Lower your hands, bend your knees. Let everything bend now. Breathe out, reach up and back. One. Second time. Two. Breathe in, reach forward, legs straight, back straight, arms straight. Clasp your hands together. Breathe out, standing up to shoulder height. Breathe in, let everything bend. Breathe out, reach back. One. Two. I'll do this from the side as well. Breathe in, reach forwards. Clasp your hands together. Breathe out, standing up, arms to shoulder height. Breathe in, let everything bend. Breathe out, reach back. One. 2. Breathe in, reach forwards. Breathe out, standing up, arms to shoulder height. Breathe in, let everything bend. Breathe out, as you reach back, let your hips swing forwards. Second time. Good. Breathe in, last one, reaching forwards. Breathe out, standing up, shoulder height. Breathe in, let everything bend. Breathe out. 1 and 2. Good. Stepping your feet out wider into a wider horse stance if you're comfortable with that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Kidneys. Breathe out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. This is riding a horse using a bow and arrow to shoot the eagle. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Last one, each side. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Staying in our horse stance, circle your arms and gather as we breathe in. Breathe out, press the hands apart. Twist. Twist. Breathe in, circle. Breathe out. Twist. Twist. Breathe in, circle, gather. Breathe out. Spread as we twist. Breathe in, circle, gather. Breathe out. Twist. Twist. Breathe in. This is for the pericardium, the assistant circulation function. Breathe out. Twist. Twist. Breathe in. And breathe out. Twist. Twist. One more each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Twist. Twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Twist. Twist. Breathe in, gather. Lowering your hands, breathe out. Step your feet back a little closer again. Breathe in, raising the arms to the sides. Clasp your hands together above your head. Breathe out, push up with both hands. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, this is for the triple warmer. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Now, if you want to, you can leave your feet on the ground. Breathe out, or you can choose to come up onto the balls of your feet. Breathe in, lower back down. And breathe out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Last one, breathe in. Stretching through the whole body, breathe out the whole space of the body that the organ sits in, breathe in. And breathe out. Turning to the side, breathe in. Breathe out, reach forwards with both hands, pull over to the side, breathe in. Breathe out, extend, pull over, breathe in. Breathe out. This one stimulates our gallbladder meridian down the side of our body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in, one more each side. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in, putting your hands on your waist. Breathe out, lunge out in one direction. Breathe in, sit back onto your heel, turn your foot over. Breathe out, reach down with your chin toward your ankle. Breathe in. Breathe out, lunge. Breathe in onto your heel, turn your foot over. Breathe out, reach your chin towards your ankle. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, this one is for the liver. And out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Once more on each side, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in, pull your fists back. Turn to one side, lunge. Breathe out. Breathe in, making a big circle behind your body. Keep breathing in, making a big circle in front of your body. And breathe out. Breathe in, big circle. Keep breathing in, big circle. And breathe out. Breathe in, big circle. Keep breathing in, big circle in front. Breathe out to the other side. Breathe in, big circle behind. Keep breathing in, big circle in front. And breathe out. Breathe in. This one is for the lungs. That big in-breath, you can probably feel the ribs open all the way up on one side of the body. Breathe out. Breathe in. Then we open the ribs around the lung all the way on the other side. And breathe out. One more on each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out, sinking down, putting your hands on top of your knees. So we want to take our weight through our arms for this one, not just for decoration. We're taking our weight through our arms so that our lower back loosens. We're going to make big circles with our head. So we breathe in, big circle all the way around and back up. Breathe out, big circle the other way, all the way around and up. Breathe in, big circle. Breathe out. Breathe in. So this one loosens our lower back. Breathe out and massages our intestines. Breathe in. So we use this for our large intestine. And breathe out. Once more this direction. Breathe in. Breathe out. Change directions with our breath. Breathe into the other side. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Couple more. Breathe in. And out. Last one. Breathe in, big circle. And breathe out, big circle. Okay, stepping back up, feet close together again, finishing where we started. Breathe in, gather, big circle with your hands. Breathe out, pressing your hands apart, looking up. Breathe in. Breathe out. 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 Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in, last one, each side. And out. Breathe in, last one. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower your hands, put your feet back out to shoulder width apart. We're going to take a few moments again just to stand. Be aware of our bodies, the sensation within our body. Be aware of our breath, the movement of the breath through the body. Continue to take deep, full, relaxed breaths. And then also see if you can tune into and be aware of some of the sensations of energy in your body. And you may notice that this energy is circulating and moving more actively now after having done the exercises than it was at the start of the session. You may even be able to feel it moving and flowing in the meridians, which flow like rivers through our body. Bringing your hands onto your lower dantian, so underneath your belly button. And let that energy that's circulating start to feed into and gather and settle in your lower dantian. Lower your hands. Breathe in, raising your arms up to the sides. Breathe out, lowering down in front. Breathe in, raising up to the sides. Breathe out, lowering down in front. So this stimulates our microcosmic orbit, harmonizes yin and yang. Breathe in. And helps us to integrate that energy that we have stimulated and stored in our dantian. Breathe in, one more. And breathe out. Placing your hands back in the dantian one more time. Okay, all right, so we're going to look at the liver first. We'll see how we go. That might be the only one we get through today, or we might do another one, but as the liver was requested first, we will look at that one first. So, for these exercises, when we do them well, we should feel at least 3 things, and then sometimes we might feel a 4th. So the first thing is we should feel some literal massaging of the organ that the exercise relates to. Now, it's quite difficult sometimes to get in and massage your organs with your hands because they're deep in the center of your body, but they do respond to massage in much the same way as other parts of our body respond to massage. It can break up tension, it can relax, it increases the blood flow, and generally makes it happy and healthy. And so we do this instead of by getting our hands in there to massage, we do it by moving in different ways, and that movement massages the different organs. So that's one thing. We'll feel some massaging of the organ. The second thing, we will feel some stimulation, some stretching and pulling and compression through the meridian that relates to the organ. Amazing. The same movement that massages the organ also stimulates the meridian. Maybe there's a relationship. And then that third thing is we will feel some loosening in our spine in the area where the nerves go to the organ. Again, amazingly, it's all connected. And then that fourth thing, as a result of all this movement and massaging, and loosening and activation, sometimes we may start to feel the energy start to flow as a result of that. It definitely stimulates the meridian or the organ through this activity, but that sensation of energy flow, it's a little more subtle, and it might take a bit of practice before you're able to really tune into and feel that. So the liver, our liver sits underneath our rib cage. It's kind of triangle shaped, and the biggest part, so the small part of the triangle is on the left, and then the bigger part of the triangle is over on the right. So we feel it more strongly on the right hand side of our body, sitting up underneath our ribs, but it does kind of extend across to the left as well. The liver meridian, it starts on the top of your big toe, and it comes up sort of the front inside of the leg. It comes up to the hip. At the hip, it moves out to the waist, and then it comes back across inwards a little bit on the ribs. And it does this on both sides. All of these meridians are bilateral. So top of the big toe, up the front inside of the leg. At the hip, it then comes out to the waist and then back across onto the ribs. So we will start with, so the exercise we're doing for this one is called 4 body movements. We'll start just with the movement, then we'll look at how the meridian is being stimulated, then the organ, and we'll go from there. So we put our hands onto our waist, onto our hips. We turn to one side, we lunge. Our knee should not go past our toes. We'll talk more about that later. We then come back onto our heel. We turn our foot over and we reach our chin down towards our ankle. We come back up. So these are the 4 body movements referred to in the name. 1, lunge. 2, back onto the heel. 3, turn over onto the side of the foot. 4, reach your chin down towards your ankle. Now I'm doing this exercise with my legs reasonably close together because this is the easiest way to do it and it's easy for everyone to follow. But as you become more skilled and comfortable with the movement, you can make the movement larger. In general, the larger the movement, the more challenging it becomes, but it's the same movement. So we lunge, we rock back, we turn over, and we reach down. So whether we do the movement large or small, it's stimulating the same part of our body, the same pathway, the same organ. It just becomes a stronger stimulation when we go deeper into our stances. So for the sake of exploring what we're doing, we might keep our feet reasonably close together for now. At the end, we'll do some more and you can explore going deeper if you want. So the meridian. When we turn out to one side, as I mentioned, we don't want our knee to go past our toes. Most of us have probably heard this advice many times. Don't send your knee past your toes. And it's because mechanically, when the joints line up like this, when our knee goes past the toes, it loses strength into the knee. It becomes very easily damaged. Our body instinctively knows this, and it wants to protect us. It has some self-preservation built in. And so as our knee gets closer to our toes, our body inside starts to go, don't want to go too much further there, please. And so we create some resistance. And the way it does this is by pushing down with the toes into the ground, and that pressure slows down the forward movement of the knee. Yeah. And so as we come forwards, our big toe pushes down and we start to feel some resistance to further forwards movements. One of the basic principles of physics is that for every force, there's an equal and opposite force. So as we come forwards, our toe pushes down. The return force from this, and you might be able to feel it, it comes from our big toe and it comes up the top of our foot and up that front inside portion of our leg to the knee. You might be able to feel this as you explore this, as you come forwards and then your knee goes forwards. You feel that pressure and you feel that force return up from your big toe into your knee. So that is the start of the liver meridian. Big toe coming up the top of the foot into the knee, stimulated simply by pushing our knee forwards and meeting our body's resistance. From here, we sit back. At this point, we get a little stretch from our knee that comes up into our hip. This is the next part of the liver meridian. So, big toe to knee, knee to hip. From here, we turn our foot over to the side, and it's from here that we feel a little stretch from our hip that comes up into our waist. This is the next portion of the liver meridian. So, big toe to knee, knee to hip, hip to waist. The last part, that comes from the waist back across into the ribs, and we get this as we lean down, the compression pushes that force from our waist up and into our ribs. Let's explore that on the other side. So, big toe to knee. We'll do that one again. Feel your foot push down and that return force from your big toe coming up to your knee. We rock back, knee. There's a little stretch up the inside of your leg into your hip. Turn your foot over. The stretch comes from the hip up into the waist. We turn our head. It's going to push up into our ribs as we lean down. Good. We'll come out and back. All right, so we're stimulating this meridian with these funny movements of our legs. I'll make another little note here for people. This is the part that people often challenge with. Sometimes they get challenged, they forget about this movement of the foot. The other thing, people sometimes, instead of transferring their weight onto this back leg, they end up just kind of standing in between both legs and leaning down. It doesn't really stimulate you in quite the same way. What we're wanting to do, we transfer a good portion of the weight into the front leg, and then when we come back, we transfer most of the weight into the back leg. In fact, we can transfer all of it, but we don't need to do that, just most of the weight, and it stays in the back leg. The back leg stays bent through the rest of the movement as the front leg is straight. So one leg bent, the other straight. We're transferring side to side. So the stimulation of the organ, the massaging of the organ. Easiest to feel on the right-hand side because the liver is bigger on the right-hand side, but it really comes most strongly through this part as we bend down. It's a very simple one. It just squeezes. As we bend down, it squeezes and compresses the liver, which sits under the ribs. And some of the other exercises, the massaging movement is considerably more complex, but this one is nice and simple. We simply squeeze the liver as we bend forwards, and that massages it, gets the blood flowing, helps to release tension, and so on. All right, so we're going to do this a few more times so you can kind of explore it, thinking about, you know, what we've talked about, some of the details. You can also feel free, if you want to make this a larger movement, you can do that as we go. So I'll talk you through it. So we're going to breathe in as we come through the center. Breathe out, lunging forwards. Breathe in, sit back onto the heel, turn onto the side of the foot. Breathe out, reach your chin down toward your ankle. Lunge forwards, breathe into the center. Breathe out to the other side. Breathe in, rock back onto your heel. Turn your foot over and breathe out. Breathe in as you come through the center. Breathe out, lunge forwards. Breathe in, rock back. Turn your foot over and breathe out. Okay, once more each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, stepping your feet back closer together and place your hands on your lower dantian. So we've had quite a bit of a focus just on this one exercise. So we'll do just a little bit of work to make sure we distribute the energy evenly through our body before we finish, and then we'll have time for a few questions if there are any. So with our hands on our lower dantian, we're going to do some basic self-massage. So massaging in a clockwise direction. That means up the right, across, down the left. Smoothing out the energy in our lower dantian. Bringing your hands around into your lower back, making circles in your lower back, massaging the area around your kidneys. And then patting down the back and outside of your legs, up the front, inside of your legs, up the front of your body, out the inside of one arm, and up the back of the arm, out the inside of the other arm, up the back of your arm, over your face, over your head, over your neck, down your back, all the way down to your feet again, up the inside of your legs, out the inside of one arm, up the outside of the arm, the other arm, and up the back, over your face, over your head, over your neck. One more time, all the way around. So coming right down our back, right down our legs to our feet. Come up the inside of our legs, up the inside of one arm, out the back of the arm, the other arm, and the back of the arm, over your face, over your head, over your neck, stopping at our waist, in your hands, back and front. Let the energy settle. Okay, so we took a little while on that, so we'll only have time for a few questions and things today. I guess first, specifically to Denise and Jennifer, was that helpful working on 4 body movements for the liver, or did it clarify things that were helpful to you, or is there anything else that you had questions about regarding that exercise? Seems that's what we focused on. So Denise says very much. Jennifer, do you have any further questions about that one? Says it was great, thanks. Okay, if anyone else has any questions about that exercise, of course you are welcome to ask them. Or also, if anyone else has any questions about anything, we've got a couple of minutes. We can chat about things. So Vanessa says, thank you kindly. Good class and explanation. Need to sign off. That's totally fine. Understand people have things to do, and we don't mind if you disappear when you need to. Okay, Cosmina says, on the pericardium exercise, your lower palm is facing the floor or forward. You should be trying to face it forwards, but it's a flexibility issue. If you're able to press it forward, you do. Otherwise, you just turn it as much as you can, which might not be all of the way forwards. Lisa says, thank you very much. This clarified a few things. That's great. Lewis, what is happening during the release portion of the 4 movements as you go from one side to the second? And then Denise says, I would still like spleen and small intestine, but would like theory on pericardium and 111. Okay, well, we will put those on the list for future sessions. I'll go to Lewis's question about what's happening during the release portion as you go from one side to the second. So, because we didn't even get to talking about the emotions relating to the liver. So I'll talk very briefly about this because I know some people will want to leave and get on with other things. So the emotion that relates to the liver, or the primary emotion, is often referred to as anger. Now there's many shades of that. It can be interpreted in different ways. Related to anger is enthusiasm. There's lots of different details. But one of the key characteristics of anger is it causes us to brace our body. Yeah, and you can think of that if people were fighting each other, you need to brace both to receive impact and deliver impact. Also, in terms of enthusiasm, if you're trying to, move something heavy or something like that, again, your body needs to brace in order to effectively send force through your body. One of the things with this exercise, if your body is braced, well, and if you think of the emotion of anger, we tend to become locked, and it's like we're on railroad tracks if we're too angry or even too enthusiastic. It's just like we're going through this way. We can't be turned aside because we've got all of this energy going in one direction, which isn't that healthy for us. I mean, having that energy is fantastic, but we need the ability to turn and change and adapt as we need to. When our body is too excessively braced, if you think about this, how easy is it to turn and bend our body? It's really not. Part of this as well is that we become anchored into the ground because of this bracing. So within this exercise, we can maintain, it's not that no bracing should be there, we can maintain enough brace, but we have to let go of enough of that brace so that we can bend. We also have to learn to take the weight out of our legs, to take the pressure off something before we try to move and turn it. And so rather than going from here and now trying to turn to the other side with my weight still on this leg, what happens is I release, I take the weight off this leg by putting it on to the other one before I shift. And so we're learning to take the pressure out to let us turn, and then we can put the pressure back in, put the pressure in. Sometimes we have to back off before we then put more energy in, back the energy off before we can then put more energy in. we find the same principle used in a bunch of different Qigong exercises. It's very, very obviously used within this one because of that, well, that relationship with that energy relating to anger and so on, or passion and so on. So it's probably all the time we have to talk about that specific one. If we need to, we can talk about it more in the future. But I hope everyone enjoyed the session. We've got a few things on our list for some future sessions. We will, deal with the spleen, small intestine, theory about pericardium and triple warmer. We'll get to those at different times.